you. There's been a lot of talk about Idaho wages and the cost of living. And as our Growing Idaho keeps growing, a new report says those numbers just don't add up. Our Shira Matsuzawa spoke with the Idaho Asset Building Network about that report to get a breakdown of what these numbers look like and what it means for those renting here in Idaho.
Out now painting a picture of Idaho's rental market in comparison to Idaho's wages.
The Out of Reach report is the report that was released by the National Low Income Housing Coalition, and we help co-release it every year. And the report highlights the gulf between the wages people earn and the prices of decent rental housings in every state, metropolitan area, and county in the United States.
Angelica Moran is a policy specialist at Idaho Asset Building Network, a network aimed at connecting leaders, service providers, businesses, and consumers statewide to advance policies that support all Idahoans in achieving long-term financial security. She says one of its main goals is to ensure all Idahoans have access to a safe and affordable home.
So in Idaho, the fair market rent for a two-bedroom apartment is $981. So in order to afford this level of rent and utilities without paying more than 30% of an income on housing, a household must earn $3,272 monthly or $39,000 annually to afford that.
So how does that stack up with the reality of what Idahoans are seeing and dealing with in today's rental market?
Unfortunately, it's not staying to that same level. So currently the housing wage in Idaho is $18.87. So that is the hourly wage a full-time worker must earn to afford a modest rental home without spending that 30% of their income. And right now, our minimum wage has been at $7.25 since 2009 and has not increased. And the average renter in Idaho is making $16.10 an hour.
She adds, depending on where you go in the state, those numbers get a lot higher.
So in the Boise area, it's around $21.50 that a renter must be making to afford a rental unit. Gem County is $18.67 an hour.
Angelica says in order to sustain that, most people would have to have more than one job. And for those working the minimum wage in our state, they would have to work 104 hours per week to afford a two-bedroom rental home.
It's definitely not realistic. When families cannot find homes with affordable rent, they're forced to pay more than they can afford on that rent, and therefore they're unable to pay for other necessities they need to ensure their household has access to important healthcare services and medications, nutritious food, quality daycare, and just any other necessities a family needs to ensure they're healthy and thriving.
She's now calling on our elected leaders to take more action and support policies that will create change in our state and more funding to build more affordable housing in our area.
And with inflation hitting people so hard as well, it's only adding to these hard financial times for so many Idahoans. Another new report, this one from the Idaho Center for Fiscal Policy, says less federal rental assistance money made it to low-income renters in Idaho than the majority of other states. The aid money was earmarked by the federal government for Idaho renters making 80% of the area median income, or AMI. Any renting household at that income level or below who was impacted by the pandemic was eligible for the money. The report says here in Idaho, just 53% of households who got federal rental assistance had incomes of 30% or less of the AMI. The national average for the same group, 65%. The report says that puts Idaho among the bottom 5 states for distributing pandemic-related rental assistance to low-income households.